In many instances, with specific types of data, it's possible to use regression analysis to analyze nonlinear relationships. This video is going to examine one of those nonlinear relationships. In earlier videos, we've used the log of GNP to relate to under 5 mortality. The log of GNP was used because it is linearly related to under 5 mortality. In this video, we're going to look at GNP itself and its relationship to under 5 mortality for the 75 countries of the world we've been considering thus far. If I highlight GNP and under 5 mortality, and I go to the chart function and select the scatter chart and finish it, this is the graph that I get. Clearly, if we look at this graph and if we see these blue dots as the conjunction of under 5 mortality as the dependent variable and GNP per capita as the independent variable, we can see that there is a negative relationship between under 5 mortality and GNP per capita. As GNP per capita increases, under 5 mortality decreases. But clearly, again, this is not a linear relationship. If we were simply to predict under 5 mortality on the basis of GNP alone, we would put a line someplace here, a straight line. For the sake of understanding, let's look at what that line would be. I'm going to move this off to the side, and I'm going to go to Tools, Data Analysis, and select Regression. With OK, the Y input range will be under 5 mortality, and the X input range will be GNP per capita. Now there are labels in the first row, and the output range will be F1. When I say OK, I get these results. There's a negative coefficient on GNP per capita, which means that as GNP goes up, under 5 mortality goes down, and we're accounting for 17% of the variance. The p-value on the GNP coefficient is statistically significant, which says that this coefficient is actually different from 0. But let's see what we're doing in our prediction when we calculate U5 mort predicted, or HAT. The value of U5 mort predicted is equal to the coefficient for GNP, which we'll fix with an F4, times, for this first country, Niger, $270, plus the intercept, which we'll again fix with an F4. And when we hit enter, and if I click this all the way down, I have the predicted value for each country based on the regression coefficients here. Now let's bring our graph back, and let's add to the graph the predicted value of under 5 mortality. Now we have the points, but let's draw a line through those points just to show what that line would look like. This is essentially the predicted line for GNP per capita.